And here is the first competitor, Michael Jordan, who unfortunately couldn't be here last year because of injuries.
And he was talking, you may have seen him with Dominique Wilkins, who wished him good luck.
Oh, just like his commercials. Well, he goes with a little cup job. I thought he might go with the one hand, and then he switched it back to two to throw it through with authority. We'll see how the judges come up with the scoring in this, and we'll watch the replay. Michael Jordan. Now watch the cup move right here, and the swing over, and then the two-hand stuff as he passes by the basket.
Well, I think I'm going to throw my 2 bits in here. I give him a 10 on that one. I thought that was a beautiful dunk. When you look at it in super slow motion, you'll see I'm right, I think.
All right, let's watch.
Our next competitor from Portland, Drexler.
What do you think? It looks pretty good, but I bet you'll only get about a 48. It was comparable to that. Michael getting 41. He really got the short end of it.
I agree with you. I disagree with the judges on that. Had a 41 on the first one. Jordan will get one more chance. He's the favorite coming in here, but he's got to beat a 49 by Stansberry and a 48 by Kersey and 2 45s by Drexler and Harper.
Michael, again, I don't think he's really put the choreography in that's necessary to get it. I don't think that's going to score high. He's not going to make it to the next round, Bob. Dominique's in front of us shaking his head saying, no good, no good. He didn't like it. And if Dominique didn't like it, it can't be all that good. 47 they give him on that one. That was nowhere near the first dunk that he had. I an investigation on these judges, Bob.
And maybe it's Joe Piscopo who's causing the problem there. He's the non-player. We'll blame him because he's the non-former player. So second 50 of the day. 50. There was a 50 earlier in the second dunk in the first round of Stansberry.
Now, Michael Jordan told me he had something special. He may be trying to take off from the free throw line a la Julius Erving. Let's see what happens. He kind of measured it from there. He's going back. That very may well be it, and the people are excited. They like this.
I can hear his engines revving now.
Here's Jordan ready to take off.
In Chicago.
Got to be a 50 by. He took off just a little inside that free throw line, one-handed and double clutch it. Magic Johnson gives him a nice 5 underneath the basket as he got out of the way. Let's watch this one again. This deserves a second look. Michael taking off. The patented tongue comes out just in front of that line. Look at this. The double clutch, the reach out, and the stuff. He got 49. I don't believe it.
Unbelievable.
There we go. There's the slam camera, the slam jam camera, I like to call it. As you see that little double reach out, if that's not a 50, I don't know who didn't give him 10, but I want to see that, Judge. 48. He's about as strong a dunker as you hope to see, and he rates right up there with Dominique in his ability to throw those kind of things through, and he does that type of stuff in competition.
Second dunk in the semifinals for Michael Jordan.
Now, Michael got some elevation that time. He had his head up there, and he did some creativity on that one, so Michael seems to be warming up.
Let's look at it in super slow motion. Michael Jordan had a 50 on his first dunk. This is his second. The great elevation with the good, strong one hand. Again, the double clutch move. He ducks his head to get by the rim in the net, throws it back through as he did a little bit of a 180 spin on it as well, and he gets a 49 again. So 249 from Michael Jordan, and he's starting to come alive here in the second round. He had a 50 in the first one and a 49 in the second one. Jordan has a 49 and a 49. Terrence Stansberry, a 49, 45, and a 50, and Drexler probably in danger of being eliminated, 46 and 50.
Oh, I love it. He went straight to the basket just like he was floating on air, turned sideways, gave a little move to the side, and floated sideways to throw it in.
Will they give Michael Jordan a 50? He hasn't got one yet today. There it is.
There he goes. He goes in straight, goes up in the air. Now he's sideways. Look at the air. Look at the hang time. Look at the flying motion.
Look at his head above the rim.
They show, here he is again. The fans reacted to the replay on the screen here. Look at him hang and fly. Look at his head. That is Air Jordan at his best.
It looked like he was in an F-16 that time.
Dominique holding up his hands. The fingers won for Michael Jordan after that one. Jordan to really put the heat on Jerome Kersey if he can come through with another one of those airborne specials.
Well, Air Jordan, who used every bit of the O'Hare Field runway for his leaving from the free throw line 49 dunk, is going to start this time over on the right side. So Kersey with a 46 out of 50.
Hello.
How you going to keep him down on the ground after he scored a 50? I don't know. Michael Jordan should get a 49 or a 50 on that one, I would guess.
Well, he's going to go and make a little 180 move as he heads towards the basket. He'll turn and get his back to the basket. There's the spin move. Now he floats, he glides, and he throws it through with power as he passes by. 48 for Michael Jordan. And once again, the judges being very tough on the competitors.
What do you think about Jordan so far?
What do you think of what's happening so far, Spud, with Michael?
Well, he's took his dunking to another notch, and he's taking a more difficult dunk.
You like that one?
Oh, that was great. I wish I had the hands to do that.
All right, Bob. So that was Michael Jordan's second one, and Rick Barry, let's take a look at it now in super slow-mo.
Well, here we go again. Michael Jordan going down the runway, getting ready for takeoff. Takes off right, you see, at the bottom of the circle, up in the air. Now, to see the little move, the double clutch, back up as he floats by. Here he is from the slam jam camera and throwing it through. But look at the skill, the style that he has. 48 he gets. Again, the judges, real tough here in this final round.
Excuse me, Michael Jordan has 96. Michael Jordan with 96. I said Dominique standing down there, he probably would have higher than that, or at least if he performed like he did a couple of years ago. Here comes Michael Jordan for his third and final dunk. He gets a replacement.
And what he does that's so neat and it really catches the excitement of the crowd is when he jumps up, he does that lean in. He gets his body almost sometimes perpendicular to the floor. As you watch the replay on this miss, you see him jump. Now, look at that lean in. You see how he just leans forward. It's like Superman flying through the air. Well, that's almost a repeat of the one that he came in from the side, turning sideways on it, but he needed to make sure he made it. And Hakeem Olajuwon coming up with the score there for Michael Jordan.
All right, let's look at it in super slow-mo. It's almost impossible for Michael Jordan to lose. He gets a 50 on his third dunk.
There he goes on the takeoff. He goes sideways. Now the lean-in move. You see how he looks like Superman flying sideways through the air as he hooks it in from another angle. Watch the lean-in. Now he'll be almost parallel. We'll see the completion of it on the Slam Jam camera as you see how high he got up over the rim.
So Michael Jordan is our winner with 146 points. In the final round, he had a dunk of 48, 48, and 50. Jerome Kersey, the late entry, the dark horse candidate of Rick Barry, got all the way to the finals, but he had a 46, a 45, and a 49 to finish with a total of 140 in the championship round. And surprising almost nobody, Michael Jordan. We might say, though, that Michael started very slowly. His first dunk of the day, only a 41. But after that, he had two 50s on the way with a couple of 49s and 48s. And Michael Jordan now at center court, ready to receive his trophy and a check for $12,500. So Michael Jordan will, by the way, will get that trophy and the check here. The second place gets $7,500. So Jerome Kersey's trip just a few miles north from Portland to enter the competition today won't hurt his pocket change. Third place gets $5,500. Fourth place, $2,500. And all the competitors from 5th through 8th will receive $1,000. But Michael Jordan is a deserving champion today, Rick Barry.
Well, indeed he is. He said that he had the $12,500 dunks ready, and that's exactly what he came through with. Take another look at one of the dunks that led to his championship here in Seattle. As he comes through, just goes over the free throw area, and there's that stretch out, the double clutch with the one-hand palm, and he throws it through. And that did not, believe it or not, get a 50 as the victorious Michael Jordan holds up the victor's trophy.
That is $12,500 richer. That's Bill Schmidt on the left, by the way, the director of sports marketing for Quaker Oats Company, the makers of Gatorade. And Adrian DeGroot was on the right there, the NBA properties manager. And the final standings of the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship. Michael Jordan with 146 points out of a possible 150 in the championship round. Defeats Jerome Kersey. It was Terrence Stansberry and Clyde Drexler finishing in 3rd and 4th place. And one more time, let's look at Air Jordan. Unbelievable. We'll be back to the Coliseum in Seattle, Washington, right after this. Back at the Coliseum in Seattle, and now Charlie Neal with the 1987 champion of the slam dunk competition, Michael Jordan.
Thank you very much, Bob, and congratulations, Michael. Last year, the broken foot kept you out of this. but you didn't disappoint the crowd that came to watch you do your thing today.
Well, I'm very happy that I got the chance to make it to the semifinals, because in the first two dunks, I didn't know if I was going to make it. I was just fortunate that the other two guys, missed a few dunks, and it allowed me to get into the semifinals.
Creativity. Did you work on this particular competition? Because you always have to come up with something a little better each time around.
I worked on one dunk, and that was bouncing off the floor and hitting the backboard and then trying to dunk it. And you see, I messed that one up. So that's the only one I missed. So from that point on, I just went on in my mind and just tried to create something while I was in the air.
Coming into the competition, knowing Dominique was not in it, and of course Spud, the defending champion, did that give you a little psychological edge?
No, not really, because I didn't know what Harper could do. I heard a lot about him, and Johnny Dawkins, I've seen him in Duke quite a bit, and Terrence Stansbury was playing here at home. I mean, he was back at home, and it seems as though when I compete against him, he's always on the home court. So I knew he was going to be a great competitor.
What was your toughest dunk? We're going to look at the replays of one of your dunks right now. We can't really see it from our monitor, but it is being played right now. Just talk about what you think was the toughest.
Well, I really felt motivated, and the crowd got me pumped up a little bit once I got in the air. And when I did get in the air, it was just going to be a basic dunk, actually. And once I got up there, I saw how I was. I pumped it, and then I went in and threw it hard again.
Okay, now, where did Michael Jordan go? Tomorrow, you're going to be in the All-Star game. You've got to be rooting for your team to win, and you've got to be thinking about MVP honors.
Well, for sentimental values, I want Dr. J to win the MVP, hopefully. And, I'm just happy to be out there competing with him. I really owe this gratitude for me coming here and playing to my teammates in Chicago for really setting me the screens, getting me the ball, and, having it the year that I'm having. So I did tell him if I win the dunking contest, I would split it up 12 ways.
Earlier in our telecast, we showed the history of the dunk and how it evolved and where it's gone to over the years, going back to Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, and up to its present day. Where can it go from here? I mean, are they going to have to move the basket up a little higher for you guys?
Well, I don't know. I think it's still going to expand, because more and more you're getting talented players that can come in and create all kind of dunks. And it's just going to make the entertainment of basketball even greater.
Okay, Michael Jordan, always a pleasure to watch. Congratulations. Once again, good luck tomorrow in the All-Star game. Now let's go back to Bob Neal.
Okay, thank you, Charlie, and congratulations, Michael Jordan.